I found out my only friend at school was getting community service hours for sitting with me. He just showed up one Tuesday, slid his tray across from mine, and said, "Mind if I sit?" The popular table's talking about crypto again. For 3 months, we had the best lunch conversations. He'd bring elaborate homemade sandwiches. I'd share my vending machine chips. We'd argue about movies, and he'd help me with calculus on napkins. I started looking forward to school, just for lunch period. Then one day in February, I overheard Marcus talking to his friends by the food line. "Dude, you're still babysitting the weird kid?" one asked. Marcus laughed, not his usual warm laugh, but something sharper. "My mom made me promise to be nice to kids who look lonely. Character building. She checks in every week." "How much longer?" "Just until spring break. Then I fulfilled my community service hours." Community service hours. When Marcus walked over with his usual smile, I felt sick. "Actually," I said, standing up, "I need to make up a test during lunch." "Tomorrow then?" "Maybe." I never sat at that table again. Started eating in the library instead. 2 weeks later, he cornered me by my locker. "Did I do something wrong? How many community service hours do you still need?" I asked. His face went white. "You heard." "Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it started that way, but it became real." I slammed my locker shut. "That's what people always say when they get caught." "Those lunch conversations were the best part of my day too," he said quietly. "Right? That's why you were laughing about babysitting the weird kid." I was trying to sound cool, but the friendship was real. I studied his face. Maybe he meant it, but it didn't matter anymore. The thing is, Marcus, I'll never know which parts were genuine and which parts were just you fulfilling your mom's character building project. He didn't have an answer. I graduated 2 months later. Marcus texted that summer, "I miss our lunch conversations. They weren't community service." I never replied. 5 years later, someone tapped my shoulder at a coffee shop. "Marcus, looking nervous. I know you don't want to talk to me, but I've thought about this for years. You deserve to know which parts were real." All of it was real. Every conversation, every joke. The community service was just how it started. I looked at this guy who'd shaped how I thought about friendship for half a decade. "The worst part wasn't that you befriended me for service hours," I said. "It was that you were embarrassed about it. Embarrassed enough to laugh about babysitting the weird kid." He nodded slowly. "I was 17 and insecure. It was the worst thing I've ever done." "Probably not the worst." "No," he said seriously. "It really was." I stood there holding my coffee, looking at my former friend, and biggest disappointment rolled into one. I have to get to work. As I walked away, the anger I'd carried felt lighter somehow. I still eat lunch alone most days, by choice now. And sometimes I think about the difference between genuine kindness and performed kindness.